Well, I'm in beautiful downtown Berkeley, Illinois, and on my way to see Jeff of Jeff Builds HO Scale Model Trains. He's in the hospital, but he's not here in Berkeley. He's up in Deerfield, so we're going to go up to Deerfield to, well, say hi and see if we could torment him in any way. We're on Taft, going north. We're up at St. Charles Road. We're going to make the left and then jump on the expressway. Of scenic side note, the liquor store here has changed hands. It's now part of the same people that run the liquor store down by York and Butterfield. I'd be revealing my age to tell you how many times I've taken this ramp in my life. Way too many times. Okay, expressways. Okay, we're going to get on 290. We're going to get on 290 West. Over there is Lake Elmhurst, Upper and Lower Lake Elmhurst, also known as the retention ponds, sometimes referred to as Future World. All right, so we get on 290, but we're only going to be on 290 for a moment or two. Coming up is the Lake Street ramp. We use the Lake Street ramp to access 294 going north. This is the aforementioned ramp. I remember when they built this ramp. That was like in the 60s, man. In the old days, you used to have to go through the neighborhoods in Elmhurst and go around a couple blocks in order to get yourself turned around to face the right direction to get on the 294. And that reason was because the original interchange was supposed to be a full interchange and go anywhere, any place. But they only built half the interchange back in the 60s. So now, with the tollway expansion and everything, they're finally going to complete the full interchange, which should be interesting. All right, 294 north to Deerfield. We take the sign that says Wisconsin. Oh, look at that, locomotives. Oh, that's the Proviso Rail Yard right behind the old North Lake Hotel. Okay, I'm going to turn it off for a minute. So, Jeff, who I'm going to visit, I used to visit him at his home in Deerfield. Since then, he has finished school, started a career, family, and has his own place in yet another town. We get along because we both do YouTube. And coming up here on the right are data centers. I can't remember exactly whose data centers are here. Debris and road. But it's ironic that when we do our work and we upload, chances are some of our data's going through these buildings. Well, I know Jeff from Columbia College, Chicago, where we both ironically took television production as part of our classwork. And ironically, we're about to go over the Canadian Pacific Kansas City Southern Rail Yard. This bridge we're about to go under is the brand new tollway. It hasn't been opened up yet, the O'Hare Ring Road. So, Jeff has been building HO his entire life. I've been in and out of it my life. What impresses me these days is the guy hasn't been home from the hospital in like 5 or 6 weeks. And so he brought his kit bag with him to do work in the hospital room. So right now he's in a rehab hospital, and he's been knocking out videos. Did you see the rail yard? Did you see the Chicago skyline? Over here is O'Hare Airport. Well, somebody made a wrong turn, and now we got to loop through the airport. Canadian National. Used to be the Wisconsin Central, I want to say. I used to rent cars near here, and at this toll plaza, there's the secret back road out of the toll plaza, and the same secret back road was the alley for the back of the office building I was in. Maniacs ahead of me. So the speed through here is like 65, 70. I'm in the right lane, and I'm doing the 60. And these people are just whipping around. And to make things even more interesting is I got a school bus tailgating me. Those people way up there, they're whipping around so fast, somebody's going to get killed. Well, Jeff and I have been collaborating for many years. If you go to the channel, Irving Pfeldsparsvideouniverse, Video Universe, and you do a search for HO Model Railway, chances are he's involved somehow. He's part of the Arlington Heights Society of Model Engineers, so I've made a couple videos over at the club, and then I've also gone out on the road when they do road shows, and I've talked to him out on the road. Finally, Deerfield Road. I've been up this ramp a few times. In modern era, the toll plaza behind me has been removed. I gotta go find this place now. I kind of know where it is, but I forgot the name of it. It's a rehab hospital that's paired up with a old folks home. And I can't remember the name of it because I keep visiting so many of these. I think this might be the Sudden Sunset of Deerfield, or it could be part of the Inuit ice flow system. Okay, go underneath the railroad viaduct. The station's right there. And just as a side note, Deerfield is one of those towns on my short list of do not speed in this community. Alright? Kind of like Stone Park, Berkeley, and a few other towns. Hey there. Hey, I'm at Deerfield and the Lilac at the BP. Do you need sugar water?
Yeah, I'll take it. You know what I really would love to have? It's too early. A couple of Chicago style hot dogs with a load of cheese fries.
Oh, yeah.
Chili cheese fries.
Chili cheese fries. Okay. Hey, what type of sugar water do you want? MD?
I like the Mountain Dew Zero. The zero sugar.
All right. Rhubarb flavor?
That's fine. Whatever.
All right. I'll call you back in a minute. Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right. I made it. I'm at the No Second Chances nursing facility. Let's go in. We're here. We're here. We made it. Here. Grab the rhubarb.
Thank you.
Don't open it for a while, though. Looks like you're already working.
Yeah. Well.
So, here we are. We've made our small talk, and then now it's 3 hours later. So, what was that about 30 minutes of outtakes you were going to tell me about?
Yeah, I shot 27 minutes of video last night for what turned out to be a minute and 47 short, minute 45 seconds short. Putting decals on number boards, only to have them all fall off overnight. So, new approach being taken, redoing added prep.
And that's what these are here, these tiny little
things are the number boards.
Keep your finger there so they can see it.
Those are the two number boards, and one of the sets of decals are right in here. Tiny little numbers. I'm going to fit a four-digit number on those.
Yeah. And this is your paint mixer right here?
My IV. That's my IV.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting twice daily IV antibiotics while I'm working here the rehab center.
So you're hooked up by a tube, an umbilical, but you still have time to get this stuff done. Now,
I'm also
how is that
doing
even
physical
possible?
therapy for an hour to 2 hours a day. I've got the tools here.
No way.
I've got.
You brought your stuff from home?
I've got my tripod over here in the window.
I saw that.
I got the boxes that the models came in. Right now I'm down to 1 can of paint because I sent 3 of them home because I'm done with them, but that's the matte clear coat that I'll be using once the decals are in. Paper towels. Garbage bags that I'm using as a drop cloth when I'm painting outside. I've got my toolbox. This is the toolbox to go that I featured in a video a few weeks ago. The weight I'm using for occupational therapy to work out my arms.
So that has nothing to do with the train stuff.
No.
It just coincidentally is sitting up there on the...
Well, because I do it while I work the weights while I'm sitting in this chair. And I've got my decaling stuff. So, but yeah,
I've seen every episode of Emergency ever made, so that's D5W there.
Yeah, that is actually antibiotic called vancomycin. That'll kill just about any bug you could get.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm laughing because you're doing everything in one of these tables, hospital tables for the bed. So you've improvised a workspace, a workshop, and you're working on the number boards, and you used the word herald, and I wasn't quite certain what herald meant.
The big project is this pair of F7 AB set, and that herald is the decal right on the nose door.
Yep.
The number boards will eventually go into these openings here and here, but that'll be done after all the decaling's applied and a clear matte finish is applied. So as not to, actually I may put those in before, that way I can matte finish them while they're installed.
So what was the hang-up yesterday, why it took you...
Well, a lot of it was that I had the camera set up here and aimed, and it's a lot easier just to let it run than it is to keep shutting it off between stuff. So putting numbers on, and as you can imagine, to get 4 digits onto these little pieces is, you're working with very small decals.
Wow.
And this unit's going to be numbered 1523, so the 1 and the 5 are separate decals. The 23 is a single decal, because my decal sheets come with the numbers listed. I have a double 1 and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and then it repeats. So
didn't I do a video with you where originally the car was going to be one number, and then about 15 minutes into the video, the car suddenly had to become another number?
Yeah, did that too because I cut the wrong decal out.
Now, so you've been working on this. You just uploaded one? You just finished one? Or this one?
I just finished editing one. I still got to do my voiceover track for it. That'll be a short that will air, that will go live on Monday, August 25th.
Is there any way you can show me the channel here? I mean, it's Jeff Builds HO Scale Trains.
Jeff Builds HO Scale Trains.
This is YouTube we're talking about.
Yep. I don't know how good of a shot you'll get on my phone, but it's on there. I'll give you a link so you can put it in the description of this video. Also, as you can imagine, being here means that I'm not working my day job, so funds are a little tight, so I will also give you a link to a GoFundMe page my wife has set up to help our family out and help out my channel as well.
All right, and how many videos are you up to now?
I am up to 172 if I'm reading that right on the thing. And
those are long format videos?
It's a combination of long videos and shorts.
Okay.
I post a short every Monday at 3 p.m. Central Time and a long format video on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Central.
Yeah. Well, I know you get along really well with everybody, and I've been up to Arlington Heights Society of Model Engineers. I already mentioned it earlier in this video. I know you enjoy doing this,
I do.
so
In fact, these engines are for the club. It's for one of our 2 freelance railroads on
Oh.
our home layout. This is
okay.
going to be for the Cincinnati, Chicago, St. Paul, and Pacific Railroad.
Does that mean they're going to be down in the at the
They will
clubhouse?
be down at the clubhouse when they're finished.
Will they ever go out on tour?
They may.
They may. Okay.
They may. Depends on what kind of use they are and where they are when we're packing up to go to a show. We generally pull stuff that's in yards versus stuff that's in staging. So they may.
Did they come out of these boxes
They
here?
come out of those boxes.
Oh, so that's the
And
guts
drive-
inside there.
The drivetrains are still in the boxes. Somebody's going to pick up some decoders for me to install in those. Hopefully you'll get them to me this week.
And a decoder is...
Is a little computer chip that goes in there that helps us control the train. We can program in the locomotive number into that computer chip and functions we want it to do, how we want the headlights to respond, other lights. If it's sound equipped, we can program in the sounds on them. These will not be sound equipped, but
Okay. Now with the number boards in general, can you give me an idea of what you're going to be doing here?
yeah, I've already cut out a set of decals for one of them, actually for both of them, but I've got one up in the top of this pill bottle, the others are in the bottom, so when I knock the pill bottle over, I don't lose all of them. And you
just
notice I
some.
said when,
Yeah.
because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah, a lot of operative words there.
But they're very small numbers, and this is going to be numbered engine 1523, which means I'm using a total of 3 decals, a 1, a 5, and a 23.
Okay, and just
Selected
in
that
general, what
because
does that
2 and
mean?
3 come numbering. That'll be the locomotive number, so the engine number. So when you're shooting your train videos, you've always got an engine number. Usually
Right.
on modern locomotives, there's number boards on the front and rear, but there's also a number on the cab side.
That's what I call the stencil.
Yes. But it's the way the railroads identify that specific piece of motive power. Or freight cars, they all have road numbers on them as well. Car numbers.
And that's how the model railroaders keep track of stuff, and
as
rail
well.
fans keep track.
Yes. So
Okay.
when we're operating the layout, we can tell exactly where to spot each individual car.
All right.
So for decaling, I actually need a few tools that are back in my decaling box.
Is that the actual name for the box? The
That's what I
detailing
call it.
box?
That's what I call it.
Okay.
I have all my decaling supplies in
That's
here,
official model railroad nomenclature?
if you want to call it that. So this box has distilled water in it.
Distilled water.
See, I told you it was a matter of when.
Okay.
Yes, I use distilled water for decaling because it will, tap water will have impurities and this is all my decals. I've got Salvaset, which is decal setting solution, Microset, which is also Microset, and Microsol, which are also decal setting solutions. For stuff this small, I'm going to start with the Microset. I also keep a pair of tweezers and a small paintbrush in here, and my collection, my ever-growing collection of decals. These are cutoffs from the custom decals that are being used on the engines from other projects. I've got a set of data for the F7s.
In other words, don't get rid of it because it might come in handy.
Exactly. So, generally when I'm working, I like to keep the shells out of my way if I don't need them. But so I'm just going to move them off to the side. And then
So distilled water is superior as compared to sugar water.
if you're decaling, if you're drinking it, then the sugar water is far superior.
Okay.
always want to keep caps on stuff for when, just for when you knock it over.
Yeah, yeah. And incidentally, friends at home, we are not promoting any national sugar water brands. We are promoting Jeff Builds HO scale trains.
So the whole process I'm using is to take the decal, and I'd like to take a close look at it and make sure I'm having it facing the right way so I know how it's oriented. This decal has the 2 and the 3 on it. I soak it for 10 seconds in the distilled water and set it on my paper towel to soak. It takes about a minute or so for the decal to release. While that's happening, I will take some of the, in this case, micro set, which is a weaker decal setting solution, and put it onto the part that's going to be getting the decal.
Now that one's got an aroma.
Yes, it does have a bit of an aroma. And then I'll set this next to it on here. And the one tool I forgot to take out that is very important when decaling is the toothpick. A bottle of them here. And it's always a good idea to hold, when you're dealing with small parts, to hold your work steady. When you're dealing with larger parts like
So
a
you're gonna
locomotive shell, you can do it with your hands. When you're dealing with smaller parts, you're dealing with working with things like tweezers and toothpick.
I'm starting to understand the 30 minutes of outtakes.
I'm sure you are.
It's amazing that you can work with something that small and I can't even see it to begin with.
It hasn't released yet, so I want to add a little bit more water to it. Packing paper out of the way.
Oh, I can kind of see the number now.
And then we're going to let that sit and dry for a few minutes just so the water absorbs. If it was something larger, I'd use a corner of the paper towel to dab up the extra moisture. In this case, I would probably end up moving the decal, and I want to avoid that.
Okay, we had to take a break just now. So where are we at?
So I did install, I got the 5 on here along with the 23, so 523, and I've got just the number 1 digit to put on here. So just getting ready to get that soaked.
How many of these things do you think you've done over time?
Oh, you know, I've been doing this hobby since I was about 7, 8 years old.
So 80 years?
Yeah. Not quite, but a good 45, 50 years.
Yeah.
When it started, I wasn't custom painting and doing renumbering stuff. But in the last 20, 25 years, I've really gotten into doing that. I enjoy it. It's creative. It teaches patience, because this whole project, I may have spent 10 hours working on it, but it's taken me 2 weeks because I spent so much time waiting for paint and glue to dry. Because you got to be patient. You got to let the stuff dry before you move on. Otherwise, you'll just undo what you did.
All right.
So
these shells you're working on, it's an A and a B unit, and I know enough about trains to know that an A unit is where the crew sits and operates the train, and the B unit is essentially power only.
Right. It's a cat. Well, it's
now
a
does it
catless
have?
Unit.
Does it have a diesel engine as well as?
It does. So they're basically, the only difference between an A and a B is the B unit doesn't have a cab, but it's got the same prime mover in it, the same traction motors, and everything else. They're identical, except the B unit is missing the cab. What most people don't realize is that there was still a way to control the B unit. There was what was called a Hostler's control stand near the ends of the unit, so that a person could get in there and move the unit for maintenance and to switch it out in the consist as they needed to.
Okay, does that mean they could take it out on the main line and fire it up to 90 miles per hour and run it?
No. The
Ah.
Hostler's control stand did not let them get up above about notch 1 or 2.
I was just going to say notch.
It was for slow yard movements and maintenance work.
Now, are these guys going to be used for a freight railroad or a passenger?
These are being done in the railroad's freight scheme. The passenger scheme actually would have the tan stripes down the side go a little bit higher up on the locomotive, so that it lined up with the windows of the passenger cars. And it would use like a Z-shape design to do that. And there are some times in here where I got to put on the readers to see what I'm doing, even with this, especially with the small stuff.
Okay, now with the A and the B unit, they do have distinctive numbers, right? They're not numbered the same?
In this case, they are going to be numbered the same. The number boards aren't going to reflect the A and the B, but the numbers that I'm going to put on the sides near the rear of the locomotive will have an A and B on it. When they're programmed with the decoders, the computer chips in there, they'll be programmed with the same number, 1523, and these will always be run as a set on the model railroad. And originally, that's what the railroads did, is they numbered them A, B, sometimes C, D, if it was designed as a 4-unit set. And eventually the D's would also be cab unit, but eventually most railroads renumbered them to A and B and AB sets, so they just had AB sets, so A units had cabs, B units did not. But it varied from railroad to railroad how they did it.
So once you put the chip in them, there's no restrictions where you can use either of those units. You don't have to run them together. You can run them completely separate.
Well, because they'll be programmed with the same number, they will respond together in this case.
Okay, so when you go to operate the throttle,
you just have to have the one locomotive number in there, and it'll control both units.
Okay, now model-wise, is the B unit a powered unit?
The B unit is a powered unit,
okay.
Yes. Because of the grades on the club's layout, we only use powered units. Dummy units have all the weight of a powered unit, but no power, so they just slow down the train. They're more of a draw than they are a plus. And very few companies are making dummy units anymore without motors. The cost to add the motor is a couple of dollars. The cost of making these is in the tooling for the shells, and the tooling on the frames, underframe detailing and all of that. So the cost of the motor, a good quality motor, when they're buying them in bulk like that, costs them a buck or two. You know.
So in other words, when you go to the hobby store these days, when you see the B unit, chances are it'll be a powered unit.
It'll be powered.
Okay.
Anything outside of the toy train, the really inexpensive toy train stuff, and some of the starter set stuff, great equipment, yeah, it'll be powered unless it's an older one, something built in before 1990.
And so right now, this is setting up, or?
Yep. Just starting to set up.
All right, stupid question. How do you know when it's dry?
The decals don't move. And go in the garbage bin.
So right now, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to do the same thing we did on the first one, but the viewers will be thankful to know they don't have to watch all the arcane details. So you got the knife and the straight edge out, and you're cutting out a single digit?
Single digit.
A single digit.
And I'm going light, making light passes. I can actually feel when I get through the paper to the table, so I don't scratch up the table too badly.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely didn't
All right, so we're moving along here, and lunch has arrived.
Yeah.
So I see it looks like carrot cake or something.
Yeah.
Iced tea.
A dinner roll.
A dinner roll in a bag.
Yep.
And
then spinach, mushroom quiche, and roasted potato wedges.
oh, the wedges look okay. I don't know about quiche, man.
Quiche. It's just an egg and spinach pie.
Dinner is done.
Yeah.
How was the quiche?
It was all right.
Holy man, this thing weighs a lot. It's like real.
Yeah, real place.
Wow. So now that you've recharged your system,
Yep.
you got all the numbers on the number boards.
Yep. The last thing I'm going to do is use Microsol, which is a stronger decaling setting solution, to just tend to snug these down onto the surface so they stay put.
Yeah, you know the numbers are upside down, don't you?
From your point of view, not from mine.
Oh, I get it now.
You want to come around and shoot over my shoulder, and then they'll be right side up.
Let's try it. Over here I get the benefit of the fan, but I can't see the numbers too well.
The key with using this is you want to get it on there.
And this goo does what?
This softens the decal so they snuggle down against the surface and make it look like they're painted on.
Ah.
But because it softens the decal, they won't in this case because they're so small, but in larger decals it can cause them to wrinkle, but they'll flatten out when it dries. But it lets it sit and look like, gives you the impression that they're painted on.
Okay, so the step after this is simply gluing them to the locomotive?
We'll be gluing them in place in the locomotive, yes.
And you're not going to do that today?
I am not going to do that today. I have to have my wife bring the glue I need.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so you made it through, and you were starting to tell me how many of these you did across your life and how many locomotives you've worked on. And
yeah, I haven't even counted that, but I've worked on a few dozen locomotives and probably 100 or more freight cars, some of which have been simple things like renumbering the car, others have been complete custom paint jobs. I did a full passenger train for the club, where I built the cars from kits, painted them, decaled them, even included in interiors. converted a car to a dining car, a sleeper to a dining car.
All right, and Jeff, I just realized I'm about to smoke yet another battery here, so we need to wrap this up pretty quick.
Thank you for visiting, and
The name of your...
my channel is Jeff Builds HO Scale Trays. I will provide you with a link to the channel, as well as a link to the playlist for the project I'm working on.
And the name of the Model Railroad Club?
Model Railroad Club is the Arlington Heights Society of Model Engineers in Arlington Heights, Illinois.
All right. Well, I hope everybody's had a chance to learn something, and I'll tell you, it's pretty impressive when a guy can be in the hospital and still, keep on working.
Well,
so it's my time to...
Fortunately, they haven't complained about me having a hobby knife with me.
Oh yeah,
this is a rehab center, and they're a little more forgiving. The hospital would not allow it.
Yeah.
Well,
I won't.
An aversion to sharp things.
I won't rat you out at least until I get to the nurse's station. All right, so Jeff, thank you very much.
I need to wrap things up myself because in a few minutes my physical therapist will be here and he's going to give me my daily workout.
Uh-huh. All right, sir. We thank you.
All right.
Talk to you.
Yep.
Well, that was a good visit. I'm on my way back to the greater Yorkfield metropolitan area near Elmhurst. So Jeff is a good friend, a longtime friend, somebody who I support. Right now, he can use some help. So at the low end, just watch his videos and like and subscribe. And at the high end, if you could take a look at the GoFundMe page, things like that, I know he'd appreciate it. And then as far as I go, I'll be keeping in touch with him, so stay in tune with my channel. And I hope you'll be tuning in again. Thank you.